Is entrepreneurship becoming overrated nowadays? There have been some great answers here, expressing mostly personal views. I'll give you a quantitative framework for thinking about whether entrepreneurship is overvalued or undervalued. Look to the markets. What do the markets have to say? Are people buying entrepreneurship? What are the trends? Are prices falling or rising? If you look at it, entrepreneurs don't take home much in the early stages. Some data points: more than 2/3 of founders make less than $50,000 per year in the US. The same founders would earn well over $150,000 per year as an employee. They retain equity, associated with the risks they are taking. There are fewer startup founders today than a few years ago, suggesting that supply and demand has shrunk. Professional investors. VCs are professional investors. They price companies professionally, so we should assume they know what they're doing. They've made mistakes in the past 1999-2000, so typical investors into VC funds are more keen on holding them accountable. There are more VCs than ever before, meaning that VCs are effectively commoditized. This suggests that VCs are subject to market forces, which means their decisions to invest in certain entrepreneurs are not over or undervalued. More startup investment is concentrated into fewer startups today than a decade ago. This suggests that the investors value some entrepreneurs much higher than others, particularly ones who are finding success with their endeavor or have found success in the past. Conclusion: given the return on investment the awesome entrepreneurs provide, they are not overrated. Given that investors value novice or amateur founders lower, to the point of not investing in them, I'd say they are not overrated either. Not really. Entrepreneurship doesn't allow hubris or snobbish attitude because at the end of the day you are dependent on your customers for your survival. The rapidly changing business environments demands matching skills to harness these fast-paced changing business opportunities. It has come on focus because this is the only model that is likely to work in future business environment. Only, with this focus, there has been great structural knowledge base being generated, guiding to become a successful entrepreneur. Small businesses were always there in India, think about Panwala, Chaiwala, Halwai, Dobi etc. It's just that, our economics and management literatures have begun to acknowledge role of entrepreneurship, especially in the light of extremely fast-paced technological changes. Besides, the social acceptance that being rich is not all that bad has played its part in India or China. It's not overrated, just more relevant. I don't understand how a profession lifestyle be overrated. I say both profession and lifestyle because for many entrepreneurs it is exactly that. Yea, we may work far more than 40 hours a week at times, however it's the freedom of when those hours are worked that creates a lifestyle we want. I think the larger issue for some is that everyone without a normal job now calls themselves an entrepreneur, so the word has become far more used in recent years. Personally, I don't care what I am called. Call me jobless, some do, but I know that I am building and creating and trying to make the world around me a better place. This is all I care about. I'm not in it for the money, and I think that's the case with most entrepreneurs. I am in it because I love what I do and am driven every day to initiate change. If you are in it for the money, I suggest you stop now because building your own business requires massive dedication and time. Often money is not a big enough driver. Lastly, don't listen to the "most entrepreneurs are successful" statements. Don't kid yourself into thinking that 9/10 companies still fail within the first few years. If you are meant to be an entrepreneur, failure will motivate you to keep building and try again.